Happy Finals Day. This is the Corona Update Show here at Peniche, Portugal. Super Tubo setting up for some fun heats this morning and still some big ones to come this afternoon. The crowd is all here standing by to see which champions will be crowned at the end of the day. Just came off a heat with Joan de Fe getting a win off Lakey Peterson. As we welcome you to this Corona Update Show, Joe Trappell, Strider Wazalewski, and Jesse Mendez. Gentlemen, the word is in from our contest officials that we will be going on hold. That tie did bottom out. We're going to wait until 2:45 this afternoon local time to get started back at a possible 3 o'clock start with the men's semifinals. Great call. We've been going through these holds throughout this event, and looks like we could be finishing up this contest in some fun waves.
Yeah, I mean, the swell's still arriving, so we got plenty of surf on hand. And then, you know, with the tide turning around and then coming back in, we'll see it even get bigger, which is a great thing.
Totally, and as fun as it looked just now for the last heat, this is going to pretty much turn into a straight closeout in a little bit. So it's a great call. Might as well wait a little bit. The tide started filling in, and we're going to get great action.
Here we go. Joan de Fe just beat Lakey Peterson for a spot in the final. She's with AJ.
Yeah, and it took a lot of consistency to get it done, Joanne, punching your ticket to your first final since 2022, going up against a veteran like Lakey, yourself a veteran. How did you get the edge?
I think today is whoever get the wave, you know, that opens up a little bit, and yeah, there's no, like, the swell is not filling it yet, so it's like two maneuver combo kinda, and I don't know, I just feel good, like it's super powerful. I feel great, the board feels great, and yeah, I don't know, I was sick like 2 days ago, so it felt good that they kind of had a break for 2 days, and I feel better today.
Good, you feel better, you look great out there. Your board also seems like it is just glued to your feet the way you're riding it. Give us a little bit of insight into what you're riding.
Thanks. So it's a bit of a step up, 5'9". It's a sharp eye made in Portugal. So thank you guys for working hard. This one is really kind of magic. It works super well in the tight pockets, and love it.
How do you manage this hold and prepare for your final?
I guess I'm gonna go back to the hotel a little bit, have a rest, and just come back hoping that we get the best of the tide later.
All right, well, we'll look forward to seeing you then. You have anything you want to say to friends and family back home before we let you go?
Oui, merci beaucoup à tous de regarder. Franchement, vous m'envoyez des super ondes aujourd'hui et j'espère gagner encore ma prochaine série. Merci beaucoup à tous.
See you then.
Thank you so much, AJ. Joan de Fe getting a win. She'll be in her first final of her career in Peniche here at Super Tubos, and she also broke that losing streak. She had 5 straight losses going back to the Gold Coast back a handful of years ago against Lakey Peterson. So turns that around, has a chance to win the event. As we break it all down, Strider Joanne got the first good score of the heat and really never looked back.
No, and we knew, I mean, at least I felt like I knew she was going to go to that backhand whip that sure hurt. She just can count on it. The board has made it even better. She's always had a great backhand attack, but I think, Jesse, that sharp eye, the way that the curve at the bottom, you know, all that tail rocker fits in is really nice.
Yeah, and a huge point of difference, I think, it was just the bottom turns that she was able to get so much drive off the bottom, and that's just up to her and the board. And yeah, everything going special for her, making a final, and Lakey was actually surfing very well as well.
14.54 combined total for Joan de Fe, but really had so much flow. Her connections looked a little bit cleaner, a little bit more powerful as she goes on to the final, in a very experienced final, as she'll have a 2-time world champ Tyler Wright to deal with. When you add all those years up on tour, that's 23 years of competition. As we're changing gears abruptly into the veteran takeover, this surfer dominated the tour in 2016, 2017. Tyler, back-to-back world titles. She's in a healthy, happy place. As she took on Tatiana Weston-Webb, Tati was well prepared and focused, but Tyler ends up going 8-2 all-time in one-on-one heats with this win today, Strider.
Yeah, and I can only kind of separate it in the fact that I think Tyler maybe was going a little bit more vertical on the sections of consequence, because Tati surfed really well, fast, and really, you know, using all the power of the wave on the rail and the fin. So, you know, to me, that might have been the only difference in this heat.
Yeah, and the wave selection as well. Tyler also got some great waves, like most likely seems like she had like a little taller waves and had more opportunities as well. So Tachi had that first left that lined up pretty nice, but all the other waves didn't have too much scoring potential.
So the big final set up for the women. Tyler Wright taking on Joan de Fe. Remember, if you're just joining us, we are going on hold till 2:45 local time for a possible 3 o'clock start for the men's semifinals, which leads us to the pulse, because we had to get those semifinals ready first thing in the morning with the quarterfinals that have been on deck for a few days now, and they did not disappoint. As we go back to the first quarterfinal that we had this morning, it was all California matchup. Crosby's known Jake for a long time. Jake Marshall and Crosby had the lineup to set things up, and this was the very first wave of finals day. Into the 6 range, a 6.17. Backed it up with a 6.10. Crosby moving on to the semifinals to keep the dream alive to maybe get his brother later, but he'll have to deal with this man. Ethan Ewing was on a tear. Even got excellence, an 8.0 to go with his 6.17 to eliminate Morocco's Ramzi Boukayem. And now we prepare for the all-regular foot semifinal as he'll take on Crosby later on today. But Medina, honestly, in quarter 3 is looking unstoppable. Through the air again, just like he's been doing all week out here. 2 9-point rides, 18-point combined total. Best heat of the event so far as he looks for his 2nd victory of his career in Peniche. Really incredible to see his comfort zone as he's got the eye of the tiger. Colapinto looking fresh in the heat against Joan Duru. Had the 6.83 and a 6.6. His backhand looks loose, looks really comfortable in the pocket. His forehand looks solid as well and hasn't really need to go above the lip at all. Moved on past Duru to get into the 2nd semifinal where he's going to take on Gabriel Medina, who should be having the crowd behind him as well, since he is one of the most popular surfers on the planet was.
Yeah, you know what though? I loved Griffin Colapinto's post-heat interview. He said, I can't wait to surf against Medina. I can't wait to do air for air. I can't wait for that battle. And that kind of energy is just going to bring the best performance out of both of those guys. So it should be super fun, especially with the swell getting bigger.
I know, I'm totally agree with you. And for him to identify, like, if you want to be the best, you want to beat the best. So he already is one of the best, but it's just the more he has going head-to-head with Gabriel, which is probably the best competitor of his generation, it's just going to level up his surfing and competition.
And it's a different type of relationship, isn't it? As we know, Griffin has stayed with Gabriel in the past. You know, it's not one of those opponents that he just fears and they don't get to hang out together. They really appreciate each other's role on tour. They have a lot of respect for each other. So I think if you ask Gabe or Griff, they're like, okay, let's take the gloves off and go for the roof here.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I think that we've seen a lot that I don't know if we're going to see more than what we've seen from Gabriel. I mean, he's done huge rotators on the front side and the back side. I mean, I don't know what else he can really put out there. I guess I'm testing you right now. I want to see more. Can I see more, Gabriel? That would be pretty fun to see. And you know, with Griffin, he's going to rise up to the occasion. We're going to get to see his next level. So, is there a next level for Gabriel? And will, you know, Griffin match that level?
Well, that's right. There's a buzz in the air when it's finals day, and sometimes that lifts the level of all the champions on tour. Semifinals set for the men. And remember, we're going on hold till 2:45 local time for a possible 3 o'clock start. We're going to leave you with some special content to watch. Inside Pro Surfing brings you the Hurley Pro Sunset, and we'll see you back at 2:45 to finish off finals day.